All right, welcome back to the channel. So Timothy Bradley says that Devin Haney could be the last one standing between Lomachenko, Gervonta Tank Davis, and Ryan Garcia to beat all of them. And he's very confident in Devin Haney's skill set and ability that he'll beat all these top tier lightweights. So I'm definitely going to break this down to y'all. Let's talk about it in this video. King Jr. got another video for y'all. Please sure that you like and subscribe to the channel, and also share the video to get all your latest boxing news, and be sure to hit that bell icon to always stay notified as soon as I release the news. So enough with the talk, let's get into this. So I'm not gonna have too much to say, but I will express my thoughts towards the end after Timothy Bradley is done talking about how he thinks Haney will beat Tank, Lomachenko, and even including Ryan Garcia in this standpoint. So I'm definitely going to play this for you guys. So enough with the talk, let's get into the video. So I am going to stop it right here and talk about this part. Everybody always questions Devin Haney's power. Devin Haney got pillow hands. Devin Haney this. There's a guy on my channel that commented when I made a Devin Haney video and I was talking about Devin Haney power and stuff, and he made a whole account says Devin pillow fist hands Haney. And here's my take on the whole situation on Devin Haney's power. I feel like Devin Haney's power is going to increase throughout the years of boxing when he gets a little bit more strength. I'm not going to make the excuse he doesn't have his man strength. Devin Haney is a grown man, but I think Devin Haney still got some more growing to do because he is outgrowing the lightweight division. But who knows, Devin Haney might get power when he moves up in weight. But it's funny to me that when these guys fight Devin Haney, they never want to try to bulldoze Devin Haney, come super straightforward at Devin Haney. They don't want to try to rush Devin Haney down because apparently Devin Haney must got some power. So if Devin Haney ain't got no power, why these guys ain't aggressively walking down Devin Haney? We know Jorge Linares tried to aggressively walk down Devin Haney, which he was somewhat successful, but Devin Haney has fought a dumb fight when he fought Jorge Linares because everybody was saying that he was boring. He was boring and stuff like that. He wasn't excited, so fight in the pocket. And Devin Haney, you can arguably make a case that Devin Haney was giving Jorge Linares a good inside showing of what his inside game is. Even though he got clipped at the end of the round, everybody wanted to make a big deal on how he got clipped, but he weathered the storm and he clearly outclassed and outboxed Jorge Linares. So enough with the talk. Let's hear what Timothy Bradley else got to say.
What Broly was doing, you know, and you said, well, Tank, Haney don't have the same punching power as Broly, so how is he gonna keep him off? He gonna keep him off with controlling that distance outside with those long ass arms he got. That's what he gonna do, and he gonna move circles. Now I say Tank got a puncher's chance, no doubt about it, a puncher's chance in beating the Haney. But I'm not gonna lie, if they fought, I would favor Haney. He's a slickster, man. I'm telling you right now.
And I have to stop it right here as well. He says that Devin Haney beats Gervonta Tank Davis, and I have to agree with Timothy Bradley on this. I am a Devin Haney fan. I'm Team Team, so I am a Devin Haney fan. So if I do sound a little bit biased towards Devin Haney because I support Devin Haney 1000%, but as a boxing fan, just strictly a boxing fan perspective, I do believe that Devin Haney beats Gervonta Tank Davis, and it's not because that Timothy Bradley says that, well, basically Devin Haney's out in the top rank. It's not the fact that he's super biased towards Devin Haney, and he also was stating that people may have thought that he was super biased on TV about Devin Haney, but he was just showing she was just showing, give Devin Haney his credit, the skills he was doing throughout the match. So that's why Timothy Bradley was cheering on Devin Haney as he was commentating as well. But I have to agree with Timothy Bradley. I do believe that Devin Haney beats Gervonta Tank Davis because, like I said before, with the Errol Spence Jr. and Terrence Crawford scenario, well, no, Jamel Charlo and Terrence Crawford scenario, I says great big man beat great little man. And in my opinion, if Tank Davis was the same size as Devin Haney, I will truly pick Gervonta Tank Davis to beat Devin Haney because it would just be too much in my opinion. But they're not the same size. So like Timothy Bradley was saying, Devin Haney has physical strength. So even if he's not the biggest puncher in the world, he will show you that he has physical strength. So you won't be able to walk him down aggressively. And so all these other guys thinking that they could just walk down Devin Haney and get in. But Devin Haney, like Timothy Bradley says, he was utilizing that jab. He always popped that jab. He always set up his punches with the jab. He has great footwork. He has great boxing ability. Devin Haney, like Timothy Bradley broke it down better than I can break it down. And he says, basically said, I'm emphasizing that Devin Haney has all the intangibles to beat all these top tier guys. And don't sleep on Tank because Tank has great footwork, very good footwork by Gervonta Tank Davis. He does have boxing ability because he showed me boxing ability when he fought Isaac Pitbull Cruz, who was the extremely aggressive fighter. And he showed you that he can neutralize the stuff that Isaac Pitbull Cruz doing, and he was successful in beating Isaac Pitbull Cruz by unanimous decision by outpointing him, outboxing him. And like I said, Tank has all the intangibles in the world to beat Devin Haney as well. But I'm just picking Devin Haney because, like I said before, great big man with a lot of skill and a lot of potential and a lot of talent with a lot of tangibles beat great little man with a lot of skills, a lot of tangibles, and a lot of talent. So that's just my opinion on the whole scenario. So let's hear what else Timothy Bradley had to say.
The better the competition, the better Haney you see, as you saw against Kambosos.
As you heard that very strong words by Timothy Bradley. He says the better competition and the better version of Haney that you're going to get every time he steps up. And I have to agree as well, because Haney, if he fought George Kambosos if he fought Gervonta Tank Davis just like he fought George Kambosos, there's no doubt that Devin Haney will be successful at beating Gervonta Tank Davis because Devin Haney made it a very boring fight. He wasn't looking flashy. He was just outpointing him. He had very good punch placement. Devin Haney has one of the best jabs in the sport of boxing today because Devin Haney jab is at different levels because sometimes Devin Haney will use the jab to judge his distance and range. But the good thing that Devin Haney doesn't, the good thing that a lot of people don't give him credit on is that Devin Haney jab changes. Devin Haney just doesn't throw the same jab. Devin Haney throws the jab slow. Devin Haney throws the jab fast. Devin Haney mixes up with the jab. And a lot of fighters today does not mix up with their jab. They just throw the jab out there to start setting up punches and setting up their combinations. And Devin Haney is very good at what he do with the jab. And I feel that Devin Haney is going to neutralize what Gervonta Tank Davis do best. And a lot of people feel like, oh, Gervonta Tank Davis is just going to simply knock out Devin Haney. Well, it's not going to be easy task. And Devin Haney said it himself that, yes, Gervonta Tank Davis can knock me out. But like Devin Haney said to George Kambosos, which I think he's going to say to Gervonta Tank Davis, whatever you do best, I am going to neutralize. So it's going to be a high-level chess match between Gervonta Tank Davis and Devin Haney, in my opinion. But I feel like that Devin Haney will be successful against Gervonta Tank Davis. I do think that Devin Haney will outpoint Gervonta Tank Davis, in my opinion. And, it's just the simple fact that Devin Haney, he has an advantage over these little guys in the lightweight division because Devin Haney, he's big. He has a 72-inch arm reach. He's 5'8" to 5'9". That's just the point blank and simple fact. So let's hear what else Timothy Bradley had to say.
So does that mean you would also take Haney over Lomachenko? Yes, I will also take Haney over Lomachenko.
And also, he says that he would definitely take Devin Haney over Lomachenko. Now, I definitely broke it down to y'all about that. I truly believe that Devin Haney beats Lomachenko and stuff like that. But back to the Gervonta Tank Davis situation. I truly believe that Devin Haney will be successful against Gervonta Tank Davis, in my opinion, because Devin Haney just simply the bigger guy. And Devin Haney, whatever Gervonta Tank Davis or Vasily Lomachenko do, I feel like that Devin Haney does better. Now, there are some some mistakes that Devin Haney make, but Devin Haney just has the same amount of speed as Gervonta Tank Davis. So even though those guys are small, Devin Haney does have advantages just as the little guys, but the only difference with Devin Haney is he's just the bigger man. So let's hear what Timothy Bradley have to say about Lomachenko and the other guys.
I'm not even hesitating, bro. I will take Haney over Lomachenko due to the fact that Lomachenko, again, is a shorter fighter. You know, Loma's been off some time coming from war. I would say a year ago or 6-7 months ago. Yeah, but we don't know how Loma's going to come back from coming, war. Bro, seeing dead bodies and fighting for his country and what he went through physically and mentally, bro. Taxing on him, and he's an older fighter now. Come on, dog. I'm going with Haney, the young gun. Active up front with that jab, boxing ability, sweet right hand, get in and out, make Loma miss, make that small guy swing at air. That's what it's all about. Just like he did against Kambosos. Made Kambosos swinging that air. Phew.
As you heard, Timothy Bradley, shout out to Timothy Bradley. He couldn't not break it down more perfectly than I can break it down. And that was a very, very good explanation. Very good point by Timothy Bradley. And to be honest with you, Timothy Bradley knows more than me in the sport of boxing because he's been a boxer himself and he's been a champion, a 2-division champion as well. And like Timothy Bradley says, I believe Devin Haney beats Lomachenko because Devin Haney can show you that he can do angles just the same way as Lomachenko. Now, he may not be as flashy at Lomachenko, but Devin Haney can do the same stuff as Vasily Lomachenko, and Vasily Lomachenko is going to have a very tough time getting on the inside of Devin Haney because all them angles ain't going to work. And Vasily Lomachenko has shown me in the Richard Comey fight, he cannot fight on the back foot. Now, if Richard Comey had a high ring IQ, he could have pushed Vasily Lomachenko on the back foot and pressured Vasily Lomachenko, and Vasily Lomachenko was exposed by Teofimo Lopez, was Teofimo Lopez showing that he had grit to beat Vasily Lomachenko, and Teofimo Lopez was the undercard against Vasily Lomachenko because they thought Vasily Lomachenko was just going to watch Teofimo Lopez, but Teofimo Lopez wasn't there to lay down. But Teofimo Lopez wasn't scared of Lomachenko, so when Teofimo Lopez saw Lomachenko do all the flashy angles, he would change angles with Lomachenko, which that neutralizes Lomachenko's footwork as well. And when he started walking down Vasily Lomachenko, Lomachenko was having a very tough time trying to get Teofimo Lopez off of him, whatever the case may be. So I feel like Devin Haney is going to beat Vasily Lomachenko because, like I said before, Devin Haney is the bigger guy. He is the physically the stronger guy. He's just long, like Timothy Bradley says. He has them long ass arms, and he's going to be tagging you from every single direction that he possibly can. And that's why I'm picking Gervonta Tank Davis and Vasily Lomachenko not to beat Devin Haney because of the size ability. Now, I'm not saying that they can't win because they have the intangibles to beat Devin Haney, but Devin Haney is just as skilled as they are, and a lot of people doesn't give Devin Haney for his credit, and they try to discredit the man because he doesn't have power. If that was the case, they would be bulldozing Devin Haney. They would be walking Devin Haney down. They would be trying to go ahead and force the fight and get Devin Haney out of there. But you see that George Kambosos didn't try to walk Devin Haney down because Devin Haney must have some pop on his punches. So with that being said, guys, Timothy Bradley says that he has Haney over Tank, Lomachenko, Gervonta Davis, and Ryan Garcia. So, with that being said, guys, it is what it is. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. This is your boy King Jr. I'm out of here. Peace.